Oh halo beautiful people, jumpa lagi di my YouTube channel Rico San Francisco. Kali ini kita ready untuk tour yang kedua. Hari ini kita mau tour wildlife. Semoga dapat sinik yang menarik dan dapat informasi yang bagus tentang wildlife di Wyoming. Saksikan ya videonya dan jangan lupa di like, share, and subscribe. This is my YouTube channel Rico San Francisco. Stay tuned.
I still have never been there myself, but pretty good things. So, tie me up, and then also Momo's, the Indian restaurant. I like that one a lot too. Sidewinders is decent, and then I believe it'd be open, but it's south of town, like 5 miles or so.
Oh, we went to it.
Is
Sidewinders? We went to
yeah, Sidewinders.
Yeah.
And then if you go south of town, like 5 miles or so, it's called the Bird, and the Bird's super good too. And they
Is it also Thai?
No, they have like I always get the brat plate, so they have really good sauerkraut there. They have burgers. A lot of people think they have the best chicken wings. Good selection of beers. In the summertime, it's like amazing. There's the sunset. You're south of town. The sun goes down right behind the mountains. It's got to be one of the top 20 places in America to like have a meal and see sunset. It's stunning. But you're not going to get that effect in the wintertime, most likely. Miller was the first man to donate his land to the National Elk Refuge back in the day. And so they kept his house as kind of a memoriam. It's a little historical center in there you can go check out sometimes in the summer. And then he's also was known as Old 12% for his high interest rate back in the day. He was one of the local bankers, and he's kind of has a lot of history in the area here too that I'll talk about more as we go throughout the tour. But then we got Miller Butte right up here, this rock face coming up in front of us. Again, this is Miller Butte, and anywhere on Miller Butte can be some bighorn sheep. They could be right down here on the road, maybe too. So keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, there's something.
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh wow.
Bighorn sheep.
Now we got some right. We got some right beside the road here on the left too.
You can check out the bike park. Oh, these are pretty close.
Yeah, you can see a little young one right here with her mom.
Oh yeah, right here.
Wow, look at that. How big they can grow. That's the biggest one?
Yeah, the adults they're at their full size. They'll their horns can continue to grow, and so look right here in front of us now.
Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. They're running away. Stay there. We want to take a picture of you.
Alright. We'll hop out here with your binoculars real fast. So if you're not wearing glasses, on the ends where your eyes go, there's little ends that twist up about 1/4 inch. That's going to drastically help out your image. If you're wearing glasses, just leave those continue to be twisted down. Even how close we are right now, when we hop out, the binoculars will give you your head to the scale a bit, and it helps them to like sense it. They can tell how this is the only animal that we see today that's in their see the males have those horns that continue to show.
This is so cool. You can see that behind me. The long horns. Sheep. Oh my god, this is the most exciting experience in my life.
too. That guy right there. And so they have like a membrane, like a mushy membrane that's layered in between their underskull and their skull, and so that absorbs the shock. This is happening. Sneeze like 20 times in a tour in one morning.
Oh yeah.
There's even there's a fourth or second
Yeah.
female right over here too. I saw one standing up. There could be right over this ridge. There's more cottonwoods right up ahead here too. There's Ditch Creek right ahead of us here, and that's always a good spot for them too. And so you can see where these moose bedded down right here, and they have antlers. So the Bighorn sheep that we saw right off the bat to start the day,
Yeah.
they had horns. These guys have antlers. Horns are made out of a keratin-like material, like that of your fingernail, and they stay on for life. Like how I said, the Bighorn sheep can actually kill itself. But with antlers, these moose are going to drop these antlers any second now. This is the time for them to drop them, and then in the springtime, they'll start growing some new ones again too.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yep. With the elk usually keep their antlers about the entire year, and then they drop them right at the end of winter and beginning of spring, probably about 2 weeks, they won't have antlers, and they'll start growing their new ones automatically. And so moose is an Algonquin term. It means twig eater, and Algonquins were a Native American tribe that were very popular around the Great Lakes region, and they kind of skirted out along the Canadian-American border, came down into here most likely when the beaver fur trade was going on. And so twig eater, they are considered browsers opposed to grazers. And so bison that we have out here, the elk, they're going to be grazers. They're going to be munching on grass all day, every day. But the moose that we have are going to be eating a lot of the bitter brush. They'll be eating the ends of branches, eating the buds, eating twigs. And so if you're ever hiking along out here in the summertime, you can come across what looks to be like little Cadbury eggs on the hiking trail. And after a while, these will get walked on enough and dried out through the summer, and you'll come across areas that look like you're walking on sawdust. And this is going to be the moose scat that just got walked on a bunch of times, and it's actually a really nice cushion on the hiking trail. But they just have a very woody, fibrous diet, and they are a ruminant as well as an ungulate. And so ungulate, again, meaning split-hoofed mammal, and then with the ruminant, they have a 4-chambered stomach. And so this is an adaptation coming from predators back in the day. And so the moose can be eating, as much as it wants to, finds a really good food source, munching down on it. All of a sudden, a pack of wolves comes around the bend. That moose can take off, go running away at a moment's notice. Whenever it gets to safety, it can stop, regurgitate its food, digest it again to get all the nutrients out of the food. But the moose kind of come backwards, and their paddles actually funnel sound to their ears even better. So a male with like giant antlers will have a hearing advantage and will be safer in the more mature years of their life.
Oh, wow.
And you said their antlers fall off how
Across its shoulder blades. Pretty cool sight to see. We see them often enough out here. Like all the snow melt happens in the area, and then that allows for the water to fill back up in the rivers and our lakes out here too. So we just exited Grand Teton National Park. We are now in National Forest area, which we're not allowed to be in, so we're headed right back into it.
You're not allowed to be in the...
Our permit doesn't extend into national forest areas. You as an individual are more than welcome to come back here though.
Where do you live, Andrew?
I live in right by the main intersection in town. Not at the heart of town, but if you go south, where you'd go out to the resort, there's Cuddy's right where mussels. It's a big environmental concern right now too, because people are just, I don't know why, but dumping aquariums is like a routine thing that happens now. And zebra mussels have kind of affected a lot of the areas out here, wreaking havoc on the ecosystem.
Touch it. Oh yeah. Oh, this is one. It's very nice.
Yeah. And Jamie Foxx was in this water one time.
Yeah. Oh really? What, they drink it or?
So if you dip your head underwater, bacteria can get in your ear canal and it'll crawl through your ear, and then like a few weeks later, or whatever, your brain will die.
Oh my god. So is it really like a notice before you doing it? Is it like announcements?
Sometimes it's posted, sometimes it's not, sometimes it isn't. But it is very, like I used to, on my old tour guiding, we'd go to hot springs and I would tell my guests about it, and then I would dip my head underwater. It's so weird.
Tuh, katanya jangan sembarang walaupun hot spring. Kadang airnya tuh ada bakteri. Jadi jangan sembarang mandi-mandi aja walaupun hot spring. Tuh kata guide-nya. Alright. Kita sekarang berada di hot spring, salah satu hot spring di Teton Jackson. Ada badai salju. It's crazy. Sekarang kita meneruskan perjalanan mencari wildlife yang lainnya. Stay tuned. Wow. The female, yeah.
And so you can just barely see like something kind of dangling off her neck there. There, she's going to the bathroom for us. But it's called a. You can see so her bottom jaw, and then follow back. There's a little bit of a slope that comes off, like a little bell or whatever it looks like. And that's called a dewlap, and they're not exactly sure why it exists. No like strict evolutionary advantage for it, but they think with all the time they spend foraging in the water that it helps water drain off their neck.
Oh.
But the males will have very pronounced ones, and then that's how you can even tell very mature bulls up in the north, like up in Alaska. The very mature ones will have their dewlap frostbitten off at a point in the wintertime. Open air vehicles in the back, and we've been able to pull up like right beside black bears, and like if the bear would have fell out of the tree, it'd have like fallen onto our car. Is how close we were to it. So here's Mormon Row. Here's where a group of Mormons decided to homestead together back in the day. And this right down there to the left, you can see that one barn. Whenever you Google like Grand Teton National Park, there's always that sunset photo with the barn and the mountains. That's that barn right down there. That's the Molson Barn, probably the most photographed barn in North America. So right by that Moran Junction, we didn't go in there, but if we had drove into the park there, you can go see Jackson Lake. And so the Snake River flows into Jackson Lake, and then it's held within a dam there. And that dam was largely in part paid for by the state of Idaho. And so the state of Idaho owns about 20 feet or so of water inside of Jackson Lake. And they can call upon that for irrigation sources whenever they need to. And so partially all your Idaho potatoes that you eat kind of comes from Grand Teton National Park in a sense. And Jackson Lake is at its like lowest levels it's been since the late 80s because of the drought conditions we've had in the area. It's tremendous how low the water is in there. See a little calf right down here to the left. She's right here. There she is.
She's staring at us.
So you can see those
There she
see those big ears she has right there, and then she's got a little sausage tail.
There she go right up again.
Actually, this is a whitetail deer. So we have mule deers, our main population up here. This is the first whitetail deer I've seen since May. And you can see how inquisitive she is about us right now. I wonder what, but that big tail she has right there that folds up like that. So as kind of farm expansion came across the west, the whitetail deer moved out with it. But mule deer is our native species out here.
No, there was 4. 4 and then we saw one ahead.
Yeah, that one.
5.
Akhirnya sampai juga ke hotel setelah 4-5 jam tadi menelusuri wildlife tour, trekking wildlife tour. Kita banyak banget ketemu sama binatang-binatang liar. Nanti semuanya bakal gue upload dan semuanya ada di YouTube channel gue, Rico San Francisco. Thank you for watching. Jangan lupa di like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you again on my next video, on my next adventure. Thank you guys.